Good morning, Year 11, and welcome to our introductory design lesson. The success criteria for this lesson is, by the end of this lesson, I will be able to write a definition of design, describe the features that define design problems and design criteria, and recall the meaning of selected design vocabulary. So what we're really looking at is to investigate for ourselves what design is, then look at those constraints and criteria that define design problems. And thirdly, they're going to be looking at design vocabulary. So there is a literacy focus to the lesson, and it's quite important that we learn that common language of design so that we can communicate and collaborate with each other when we're looking for solutions to design problems, and also when we are communicating our design solutions to a variety of other people. So it might be the client, it might be someone you're seeking funding from, that sort of thing. Okay, so let's have a look at why our criteria are important. So firstly, in order to design, we must first obviously understand what design is. Secondly, to find design solutions, we must know what features define and constrain design problems. So that's things like the economics, the situation, who your client is, what their age group is, what their interests are, those sorts of things that will come into play when we're looking for those solutions to our problems. And thirdly, as I just mentioned, to communicate design concepts, it is important to comprehend and use design vocabulary. So that's our literacy focus. So firstly, what is design? We're going to watch a short YouTube video here. And what I would like everyone to do is just note down a couple of the important points that you take from the video. And then at the end of it, we'll be creating a word cloud from those concepts that you picked up and generating our own idea of what design is. Okay, so we watched that video and everyone picked up some excellent concepts and ideas from that video about what design is. We also went back to previous years when we studied design and technology subjects, and just had to think back to any of the concepts, words, ideas that you were familiar with, and we've come up with this list here. And from this list, we're going to generate a word cloud. So we'll do that now. Okay, excellent. So here's our word cloud here on the right-hand side, and here's our definition of design on the left-hand side. So what we want to do is compare the two and see if the ideas that we came up with from the video and also from the previous knowledge of design, how does that fit with the actual definition of design from the senior syllabus? So we've got the definition here. Design is a process of developing and exploring a response to needs, wants, and opportunities that require the balancing of aesthetic, cultural, economic, social, and technical features. So firstly, we want to have a look at this one here, exploring. Design is a process of exploring. So what words did we come up with in our word cloud that could be exchanged or similar to exploring? Okay, so over here we've got questioning. Yep, that's an excellent one. The smaller words are a little bit difficult to see, but investigating was another term that we came up with. They're both good synonyms for exploring. Being curious, yep, excellent. So we have to have that sense of curiosity to want to investigate and understand what the problem is that we actually need to solve with our design process. Okay, so next is developing a response. What do we think that means, developing a response to the needs, wants, and opportunities? So we've done our investigation, we've explored what the problem really is, and now we want to develop a response. Yep, that could be our problem solving over here. We could be working at understanding. That's also a good one for exploring as well. But in this process of developing a response, we are increasing our understanding of what the design problem is. Purposeful, yes. So by developing a response, we're being quite purposeful and identifying what the issues are and then purposefully finding solutions to that. Coming up with ideas, excellent. That one is definitely jumping out at us. So when we're developing a response, we need to come up with some ideas. How are we going to tackle this problem? What are we going to do? Okay, and then developing a response to the needs, wants, and opportunities that require the balancing of aesthetic, cultural, economic, social, and technical features. So we're balancing these features. So all of these things are going to constrain what our solution can be. So there might be cultural issues that we have to look at, economic, social, and also technical features like sustainability, what kinds of materials can we use. So require the balancing of, what do you think? What are the words over here? Can we see that we investigated or came up with during the video? Yep, we're probably looking at the user. That's a good one. The needs of the user. Excellent. Again, we're problem solving, yes. And again, we're being purposeful. Good work. Could also be things like the constraints and criteria. So they're all things that we need to look at when we balance those often competing features of the design problem. Excellent work. So we're really coming along and just investigating this definition of design and really discovering for ourselves, what does design mean? Fantastic. We'll stop there for a bit of a break.